Marcus and I used to be close. We built forts together as kids, shared everything from comic books to dreams about the future. But somewhere along the way, things changed. Success started feeling like a competition between us instead of something we could celebrate together. When he called about his housewarming party last month, his voice was stiff, almost formal. Then he said something that made my stomach drop. "Maybe you should not come, Luis. Diane's family is. Well, they are used to being around accomplished people." Before I tell you what happened next at that party, I want to know where you are watching from. Drop your location in the comments below. And if you have ever felt left out by your own family, hit that like button and subscribe because this story is going to take a turn nobody saw coming, especially not my brother. I need to take you back a bit so you understand how much that phone call hurt. Marcus is 3 years older than me. Growing up, we shared a tiny bedroom in our parents' modest house on the east side of town. Our folks worked hard, Dad pulling double shifts at the factory while Mom cleaned houses during the day and did bookkeeping at night. We were not poor, but money was always tight. I remember wearing Marcus's hand-me-downs to middle school, the knees already worn thin by the time they got to me. Back then, Marcus was my hero. When I was 12 and some kids at school made fun of my second-hand sneakers, Marcus found out and confronted them the next day. He came home with a black eye and a 3-day suspension, but those kids never bothered me again. That is the brother I remembered, the one who had my back no matter what. We both worked hard in school. I discovered computers when I was 14, teaching myself to code from library books and free online tutorials. I would stay up until 2 in the morning, the blue glow of our shared desktop computer lighting up our cramped bedroom while Marcus slept. He was different, more social, involved in student council and debate team. We were both smart, just in different ways. After college, things started shifting. I landed an entry-level position at a tech company, starting as a junior developer. Marcus went into marketing at a mid-sized firm. For the first few years, everything seemed fine. We would grab beers on Fridays, talk about work stress, laugh about our dating disasters. But then I started moving up. Promotions came faster than I expected. I kept my head down, worked night shifts to prove myself, took on projects nobody else wanted. Within 5 years, I had climbed from junior developer to team lead, then to department head, and eventually to senior director. I never talked about it much. Not to Marcus, not to our parents, not to anyone really. It felt strange to brag about success when I remembered where we came from. When I remembered Dad's tired eyes at the dinner table, Mom's hands rough from cleaning supplies. Success did not make me better than anyone. It just meant I got lucky with timing and worked myself half to death in the process. But I started noticing things. At family dinners, Marcus would change the subject whenever Mom asked me about work. When Dad proudly mentioned that I got another promotion, Marcus would suddenly remember he had to make an important phone call. During our Friday beers, he stopped asking about my job entirely, talking instead about his own projects with an intensity that felt almost desperate. I should have said something then. Should have asked if everything was okay between us. But I did not want to make things awkward. So I pulled back even more, keeping my work life separate, never mentioning the size of my team or the scope of my responsibilities. Our parents knew I did something with computers. That was enough, I thought. Then Marcus met Diane. She worked in finance, came from a family of high achievers. Her father held some management position at a large company. Her mother was a physician. Her siblings all had advanced degrees. Marcus called me excitedly after their 3rd date, talking about how amazing her family was, how accomplished, how he finally felt like he was moving up in the world. I was happy for him. Really, I was. He deserved someone who made him feel good about himself. The phone call about the housewarming party came on a Wednesday afternoon. I was at my desk on the 21st floor of our downtown office building, reviewing quarterly reports when my phone buzzed. Marcus's name flashed on the screen. "We just closed on the house," he said, his voice bright with excitement. 4 bedrooms, huge backyard in that new gated community on the north side. I could not believe the words coming out of my mouth next. "That is amazing, Marcus. I am so happy for you. When is the housewarming? I will clear my schedule." There was a pause. A long one. I could hear him breathing on the other end. "Actually, Luis, I need to talk to you about something," he said, his tone shifting to something careful, measured. "About the party. Diane's family is going to be there, and he trailed off. And what they are. Very accomplished people, you know. Her dad is a regional manager, her mom is a doctor, her brother is a corporate lawyer, her sister is a physician. They are used to being in certain circles around certain types of people. My hand tightened around the phone. What are you trying to say, Marcus? Another pause. I just think, maybe it is better if you sit this one out. I do not want things to be awkward. Diane's family has high expectations, and I want to make a good impression. They are used to being around accomplished people, people with titles, advanced degrees. You understand, right? I sat there staring at the city skyline through my office window. The words hit me like a physical blow. You are telling me not to come because I will embarrass you. That is not what I... Look, Luis, you have a good job. I am not saying you do not. But these people, they are different. They talk about things like postgraduate degrees and executive positions. I just think you would feel out of place. The conversation ended shortly after. I told him I understood that I would not come. He sounded relieved, thanked me for being so understanding, said he owed me one. After I hung up, I sat in my office for an hour watching the sun set over the city, trying to process what had just happened. My own brother thought I was not good enough, thought I would be an embarrassment. I sent him a text that evening. You are right. I will skip the party. Congrats on the house. His response came quickly. Thanks for understanding, man. I owe you one. I stared at those words for a long time. Then I put my phone down and tried to forget about it. 2 days before the party, my mom called. Luis, why are you not coming to Marcus's housewarming? He said you are too busy with work. Her voice carried disappointment. I could not tell her the truth. Could not break her heart by explaining that her eldest son did not want her youngest son there. Yeah, Mom. Big project deadline coming up. Cannot get away. That is too bad, honey. The family will miss you. We will take pictures for you. I hung up feeling worse than before. Then Saturday morning at 9, my phone rang again. Mom's number. Luis, I need you to do me a favor. Your father's back went out this morning. He cannot drive. And you know my night vision is not good anymore. Can you drive us to Marcus's party? We already bought gifts, and your father is determined to go, despite the pain. I opened my mouth to refuse to make an excuse, anything, but the pleading in her voice stopped me. Mom never asked for much. Okay, Mom, I will pick you both up at 2. I chose my outfit carefully that afternoon. Nothing too fancy, nothing too casual. Khaki pants, a navy polo shirt, clean leather shoes. I looked at myself in the mirror, seeing a 32-year-old man who suddenly felt like that 12-year-old kid in hand-me-down sneakers again. I picked up my parents at 2:15. Dad was moving slowly, his face tight with pain as he lowered himself into the back seat. Mom sat up front chattering about how excited she was to see the new house. Marcus said it has 4 bedrooms and a gorgeous backyard. And Diane's family will be there. I am so eager to meet them. I gripped the steering wheel and said nothing. The 50-minute drive felt like hours. We pulled into a pristine gated community past manicured lawns and expensive cars. Marcus's new house sat at the end of a cul-de-sac, a beautiful 2-story with stone accents and a 3-car garage. There were at least 15 vehicles parked along the street. I helped Dad out of the car, watching him wince with each step. Mom carried a wrapped gift, her best dress smoothed down nervously. I rang the doorbell. When Marcus opened the door, the color drained from his face. Luis, I thought you were not coming. His eyes darted between me and our parents. Mom pushed past him with a hug. Of course he came. He drove us here. Your father's back is acting up again. Luis took off work to help us. Marcus looked at me over Mom's shoulder. His expression was not grateful. It was panicked. Right. Well, come in. The house was beautiful inside, filled with about 30 guests holding wine glasses and small plates of appetizers. Soft jazz played from hidden speakers. Everything looked expensive, curated perfect. Marcus led Mom and Dad toward a group near the kitchen, introducing them to people. He did not introduce me. I stood near the entrance, suddenly invisible. Diane appeared from the living room, her smile faltering when she saw me. Oh, Marcus, you did not mention. Luis was coming. Her tone made it clear this was not a pleasant surprise. Marcus whispered something to her I could not hear. She nodded, then turned to me with a tight smile. Nice of you to join us, Luis. A woman in her late 50s approached, pearls at her neck, appraising me with cool eyes. So you are the brother. Marcus talks about you. Sometimes. The pause before sometimes felt deliberate. I am Mrs. Patterson, Diane's mother. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Patterson. I extended my hand. She shook it limply, her attention already moving past me to someone more interesting. A man about my age, tall with expensive-looking glasses, joined us. This is Marcus's brother. I thought you said he was busy with work. Diane laughed, the sound brittle. Plans changed, apparently. Scott, this is Luis. Luis, my brother, Scott. He is a corporate lawyer. Scott looked me up and down. What do you do for work, Luis? I work in tech. His eyebrows rose. Oh, tech support, that is. Nice. Practical. A woman approached, late 20s doctor's coat, still visible under her blazer like she had just come from the hospital. And I am Amanda, the other sister. Physician. She said it like a title she wanted me to use every time I addressed her. And you, software development. Oh, so like coding. Her tone dripped with condescension, as if she were talking to a child about a hobby. That is cute. Do you enjoy it? I nodded, not trusting myself to say more. Marcus stood 10 feet away, watching this interaction, saying nothing, doing nothing, just watching, as his future in-laws picked me apart. I excused myself and headed toward the food table. My hands were shaking slightly as I picked up a small plate. I was not hungry, but I needed something to do with my hands. A group of guests stood nearby, friends of Marcus and Diane, drinks in hand. That is Marcus's brother, one of them said loud enough for me to hear. I thought he said his brother was busy. Guess he found time. Probably does not have much going on in his life anyway. Laughter rippled through the group. I kept my eyes on the food, pretending I had not heard. Diane walked past with a friend. Yeah, Luis is. Well, he is trying, she said. Not everyone can be ambitious, right? Some people are just content with, simple lives. More laughter. I felt my face burning. Every instinct told me to leave, to walk out and never come back. But Mom and Dad were here, happy, talking with other guests. I could not abandon them. Scott and Amanda found me again near the corner of the living room. So Luis, no college degree? Scott asked, sipping his wine. I have a bachelor's in computer science. Amanda smirked. Just a bachelor's, that is. Cute. In our family, a master's is the bare minimum. Scott has his JD. I have my MD. What are your career goals, Luis? Still going to be coding when you are 50? I enjoy what I do. Scott laughed. That is one way to look at it. Not much upward mobility in that field, though, is there? I mean, you will probably max out pretty early. Amanda nodded. Sure, but let us be real. You will never make the kind of impact someone like our dad does. He manages hundreds of people, real leadership position. That takes a certain type of person. Marcus walked past again. He heard every word. Our eyes met for a second. Then he looked away and kept walking. Mrs. Patterson gathered a group of guests in the center of the living room, her voice carrying across the room. You know, it is wonderful that Marcus is so supportive of his brother. Not everyone would be so kind to family members who have not quite made it yet. The room went quiet. Every eye turned to me. I stood there, my plate of untouched food, feeling like a prop in a play I had not auditioned for. My mother's face crumpled. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. Dad tried to stand his back. Be damned. I will get the car, I said quietly to my parents. We should go. I was 3 steps from the door when Diane's phone rang. Oh, it is Dad, she squealed. He could not make it today. Big meeting, but he wanted to call and see the house.